What up, Flomies? Your man Phil here. Welcome to this second chapter of ROPEFLOW Thoughts, this series about ROPEFLOW. Today, I would like to introduce you one interesting thing about flow that we can call the diagram or the graphic of flow state. So, maybe many of you don't know that flow state is something that can be reached in a kind of scientific way. And we have a map that you can see over here. And we will comment this together to understand better how to reach the flow state and how to analyze the whole process behind it. So let's start with the definition of flow state. So flow state is a mental state in which the person is completely focused and immersed in a single task or activity. So is what you usually call zone. So being in the zone. All the attention is focused in the present moment, and so in the here and now, so the present. We don't have many thoughts or judgment about our performance or about yourself. So is the perfect balance that we would like to have in every moment in the life. It's not so important to be always focused, but to know how to get back at it, even if we lose it during whatever we are doing during the daytime. So let's start to see the map. First of all, we have this two lines where we can put in the two axes, we can put the challenge level on the vertical one and the skill level down. So we now can analyze the different emotion and feelings that we can recognize during the practice. This is valid for everything we do, but particularly in rope flow, it's easy to understand what's going on. So the first one, when we have a low skill level and a low challenge, so the challenge is not so difficult, we can feel apathy, okay, because the challenge is not so hard. We don't have so many skills, so we just roll or we just do whatever activity without focus, without excitement. So we feel this apathy. If we go increasing the skill level, but still the challenge is very low, we can feel bored because we know more about what we are doing, but still we didn't set a high challenge level. So we really know what to do, but we don't feel excitement. If we still go on in the skill level bar, we can feel relaxed. So we have an extreme knowledge about what we are doing. So we are in kind of full control of what we are doing, but still the challenge is very low. So we can just focus on what we are doing without being very focused on the challenge. Things are a little bit different if we go back to zero on the skill level bar and we start to go up with the challenge. So at the beginning we felt apathy, and now we start feeling some worry because the challenge is getting higher, but we don't have the skill to face this challenge. So we are in a kind of more mind state, but the body cannot really stay in the same pace with the mind. So we worry to do mistakes. We think we are doing something wrong, or we start hitting ourselves. that's because we lack of skills. If we keep getting higher, we go into anxiety. So the challenge is too high. We don't have the proper skills to face all these challenges. So it's a kind of mess, okay? And we feel this really common state. Now, if we stay like here, so up in the challenge level, and we increase our skill level, we feel arousal. So we feel this sense of excitement because the body is working with more control on a very difficult challenge. So we feel the excitement because we are doing something very difficult and we can start controlling. So we have this feeling of excitement, but still we are not in control. So it's like a peak, okay, a peak of excitement. So now we can go a little bit lower, so we can regress the challenge and practice more on the skill level. So now we finally start feeling control because we have a lot of skills. So our body did a lot of reps. We really know what to do, and the challenge is not so high. So we feel in control. We can navigate. Obviously, I'm talking about rope flow, but this is valid for everything we do. If we play an instrument, or if we do martial arts, or dancing, or whatever. I'm coming from breakdance, so to me, dancing is something I can relate a little bit better. So we feel this sense of pure control on what we are doing. Still, we don't have the full focus on what we are doing because the challenge is still not so high. If we think about the skill level, so here is where we find flow state. So if we think about the two axes, flow state is in the perfect peak of this midline, where we have a lot of skills and the challenge is very high. So we connect these two things all together and we find flow state, where we are completely immersed, focused, and we can face the challenge, and everything outside is disappearing. So we can feel a sense of time distortion. So sometimes we feel that time is passing very fast. From my perspective, I feel with the rope flow practice that the time is like slowing down. So if I practice, I don't know, 5 minutes, I feel like I practice for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I realize that because when I practice, sometimes I put an alarm clock, like, I don't know, 15 minutes, I start practice, and then I realize that is not ringing. And when I check, maybe I did just 10 minutes and I feel like I was rolling like half an hour. Okay. So as I told you before, when we talk about flow state or even mindfulness, the important thing is not to reach the flow state and keep it without losing it. So the practice is to reach it, and when you lose, you are able to get back at it. So the real workout, kind of mind workout, is to being able to lose it, doing mistakes, and get back at it very fast. So here is when we have a real work. If don't feel this means that we are in full control. Okay, so the challenge is not very high. Okay, so I think you can find flow states in various different activities, like even running or reading or meditating or playing your favorite instrument. The thing is that to reach a high level of focus in different arts or sports, it takes a very long time, because you gotta master the practice a lot, and then you can let yourself free and reach this state. So usually it takes almost 10 years, okay, to reach this level in different practices. The cool thing about rope flow is that since you start, even if you have a low skill level and a low challenge, if you mix them in the right way, you can suddenly feel this flow state with your mind. Okay, uh, so this is for me the easiest way to reach this sensation of flow. And so you can, now that you know the sensation and you're able to analyze all these feelings through your practice, you have the carryover that you can bring on different tasks in your life. So once you feel the sensation, you can read a book and try to find the same sensation because you know it. Okay, so you already know where you want to go with your state. So that's why it's so good as a practice, because you really can bring this sensation in different aspects of your life: cooking, doing another sport, reading, going with the bicycle, doing whatever. Uh, a very good thing about uh, doing the practice, knowing this scheme, is that we can recognize all these different states with a name. So after we have this understanding, we can easily know where we are during the practice, so we can decide if we need to increase our skill level or the challenge, because we know this scheme, we know the feelings, and we can recognize them. So that's very important, not just for the practice, but even for our daily life, because we can also bring this knowledge in whatever we do. So we can understand when we do a different activity, if we feel bored. So if we feel bored doing this activity, so maybe the challenge is too low. If we feel full control, maybe we need to step up with the challenge. Okay, so recognizing these feelings, having a proper understanding of this map, can allow us to work better even on different activities. Uh, Obviously, you can study the flow even on books. There is a good book about flow, so it's something pretty scientific. Um, but the cool thing about this practice, this rope flow practice, is that is a really good practical way to get it very easily. Okay, so I make you an example. I started breaking when I was 15 years old, and I had to practice a lot, to understand the practice, to practice movement, to understand the whole culture behind, and then doing battles, practice, and only after like 10 years I started to be able to move my mind and body with the music, finding more freedom, and so finding this sense of flow state. The problem here, is not only the long time that you need, but in this discipline that is breaking, you can keep flow state for a short amount of time, because it's very hard to do. So it's very hard to get the state, and it's very hard to practice this state for a long time. So for sure there are maybe some different crafts that I don't know, where you can get this state more in a more easy way. But from my perspective, rope flow is absolutely the best way and the easiest way to connect with the state and recognize the different one. So I hope this video was useful. Try to integrate this thing and this understanding, this knowledge into your daily practice, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.